Ever heard of a tree that practically drinks salt water?
Some even call them sea trees, but yeah, most people know them as mangroves.
Mangroves, exactly. They're the stars of today's deep dive, and we're exploring Saltwater Stories Episode 3 to uncover just what makes them so cool.
They're more than just cool. They're ecological superheroes.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. What makes them so super?
Well, for starters, they thrive in places most trees wouldn't dare. You know, those salty tidal zones where the land meets the sea.
Right on that edge. So, mangroves, they're tough. They clearly like their salt, but where exactly can we find them? Are we talking like a specific continent or?
Big tropical and subtropical coastlines, mostly between 30 degrees north and south of the equator.
Ah, okay.
So there's a good chance you've seen these guys on a beach vacation somewhere, even if you didn't realize it.
Probably. I know I've seen photos, and what always gets me are those pictures where the mangrove roots are all above the water. They look like they're standing on stilts.
It's a very distinctive look, that's for sure. Pure adaptation at its finest, those stilts. There are specialized roots, of course. Some are called prop roots, others are knee roots. They all basically serve the same purpose, though, each with their own design for stability in that environment.
So they help anchor the trees.
Exactly. Anchor them in those shifting sediments, but they also act as breathing tubes, like snorkels.
Oh, wow. So they can, get oxygen to their roots even when they're submerged?
Exactly. Pneumatophores, they're called. And they allow the mangroves to, send air down to the roots where oxygen is a little harder to come by.
That's incredible. So we're talking seriously salty water, right? Like saltier than the ocean.
Oh, absolutely. Double the salinity. Easy. Most plants would shrivel up and die, but not mangroves. They've got this incredible ability to filter out the salt, and some even excrete it through their leaves.
No way.
Yeah, it leaves behind these little salt crystals. It's remarkable. This adaptation, it's actually a major key to their role as what we call coastal guardians.
Coastal guardians. I mean, it makes sense. They are on the coast, but I need to know more.
Think of it like this. They're the first line of defense against the full force of the ocean.
Okay, how so?
Their root systems. They're so dense and tangled, they act like a giant, totally natural seawall. They absorb the energy from waves, from storms, even help to lessen the impact of tsunamis.
Wow, that's incredible. So they're protecting coastlines, and I'm guessing a whole lot of creatures call these mangrove forests home too.
You'd be right. And it's not just protection they offer. If we were to, say, shrink down and go for a dive beneath the surface, we'd find those roots create a whole underwater wonderland. It's teeming with life.
Okay, now I'm really interested. Paint a picture for me. What kind of creatures would we see down there in the mangroves?
Oh, get ready for sensory overload because there's a lot going on. We might see a young fish, maybe a snapper, darting between the roots, trying to stay hidden from a barracuda.
Oh, wow, like a real-life game of hide and seek.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe you would see a mangrove crab, all camouflaged, scuttling along. They have special gills, these crabs, so they can breathe both air and water.
Wow. What else?
Oh, and don't forget about all the oysters and barnacles they love to cling to the roots, feast on the nutrient-rich water there. So much going on.
That is a lot. It's incredible how this one habitat can support so many different life forms.
It's a biodiversity hotspot for sure. And it's all interconnected too. For example, those mangrove leaves, when they fall, they don't go to waste, they decompose. And when they do, they become the base of this complex food web that supports everything. Tiny invertebrates, the fish we eat. It's a full circle.
That's amazing. But it also makes me think, with all they do for the planet, are mangroves facing any sort of threat? What's happening to these ecosystems?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not all good news. They are under pressure. We're losing mangroves at an alarming rate, sadly.
Oh no, why is that?
A lot of it has to do with clearing for development on the coasts, things like aquaculture ponds, and for agriculture. It's a global issue with, unfortunately, very local consequences.
So if the mangroves disappear, what happens? What are the implications?
Well, think about it. Without mangroves, our coastlines are much more vulnerable to erosion. Storm surges become more dangerous. Even the effects of rising sea levels are amplified without those roots to buffer them.
Right.
Plus, you've got the fish populations that rely on mangroves for nurseries. They start to decline, and that impacts local livelihoods, food security, the whole 9 yards.
That's a pretty bleak picture, honestly. Are there any glimmers of hope? What's being done to protect what's left?
Well, the good news is that there's a growing awareness of how vital mangroves are, for the health of the planet, really. So there are organizations all over the world who are working on conservation and restoration.
Okay, that's it.
They work with local communities to plant new mangroves and try to establish protected areas. It's really inspiring, honestly.
That is good news. It sounds like they're trying to find that balance of what benefits people while also helping the environment at the same time.
Exactly. Finding sustainable solutions is really the key.
So as we resurface from our deep dive into the mangrove world, what's the one thing you really want our listeners to take away from all this?
I think it's this. The next time you're near the coast, anywhere in the world, take a moment and think about the hidden world of mangroves just below the surface.
Yeah.
These forests, they aren't just trees. They're a testament to the power of nature, how it adapts, protects, and provides. And they remind us that even small actions to protect these ecosystems, well, those actions can have a ripple effect.
That can make a difference.
Exactly.
I think that's a perfect note to end our deep dive on.